When we say the pledge, the flag is behind you. Okay. All right. So we need the first girl who's gonna come on up here. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. So you're gonna bang this. And so you just start the meeting. Ready? Good job. This meeting of the Oak Park City Council will come to order. And I need the next Girl Scout.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good work. And then we all face the flag. And then you guys start.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Who's going to say please be seated? Who's the next?
Please be seated.
Madam Mayor, they're coming for your job.
Yeah, I know. Who's going to say, well, the city clerk is right here. So say right in here. Will the city clerk please call the roll?
Would the city clerk please call the roll?
Good job. Great job.
Mayor McClellan.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Edwards.
Here.
Councilmember Radner.
Here.
Councilmember Whitehead. Here. Councilmember Crawford.
Here. We have a quorum. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Consent agenda. The following routine items are presented for approval without discussion as a single agenda item. Should any member wish to discuss or disapprove any item, it must be dropped from the blanket motion and considered separately. A, regular council meeting minutes for March 4th, 2026. B, payment request from Newman Smith Architecture for architectural services on the Event Hub project for the total amount of $3,000. C, payment request from Newman Smith Architecture for architectural services on the Community Center project for the total amount of $26,939.20. D, approval of pay application number 1 to DVM Utilities of Sterling Heights, Michigan for the 2026 sewer lining project M791 in the amount of $9,270. E, request to approve pay application number 2 to Taplin Group, LLC of Kalamazoo, Michigan for the 2025 sewer and catch basin cleaning and TV inspection project M783 in the amount of $63,088.24. F, payment request from MDOT for the 2025 9-mile construction project from Clover Lawn to Greenfield Road, M771, for the total amount of $7,559.80. G, request to approve the 2026-27 liquor license renewals. H, new and renewal licenses for March 16th, 2026. I, payment request from Landscape Forms for outdoor furniture at the 11 Mile Road alleys and parking lot reconfiguration project for the total amount of $17,335. J, maintenance agreement with the Road Commission for Oakland County for street sweeping, litter picking, lawn mowing services on Greenfield Road from 8 to 10 Mile Roads and on 10 Mile Road from Greenfield to Maplefield. K, request to approve payment application number 5 for the 2025 block pruning project to Limb Walkers Tree and Snow LLC of Kentucky, Michigan, in the amount of $4,125. All those, is there a motion to approve the agenda, this agenda?
So moved. Second.
Thank you. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Item number 6 on our agenda is recognition of visiting elected officials. Do we have any elected officials? Seeing none. Item 7, special recognition.
Madam Mayor.
Yes.
School board.
Say it again.
School board membership.
School board member. Hi. So glad to have you here. Did you have something you want to say? Coming to visit, we're so delighted to have you. Thank you. Item 7, youth assistance presentation. Zandra Clark. Would you come up, make sure that is on and shining green? There you go.
Good evening.
And holler real loud.
Can you hear me? Okay, good. Good evening to our board, city manager, and members of city council. My name is Exandra Clark, and I am currently serving as the chair of the Youth Recognition Committee with the Oak Park Youth Assistance. I'm here this evening to share some exciting news and to extend an invitation to you. On April 29th, 2026, Oak Park Youth Assistance will host the Youth Recognition Ceremony at the Oak Park High School cafeteria. This ceremony is being conducted with the goal of celebrating youth who may not otherwise be recognized. The students participating in the celebration are nominated by teachers and school staff for qualities such as kindness, helpfulness, and perseverance, improvement, and other positive characteristics that deserve encouragement and recognition. This year's theme is Planting Seeds of Success, Celebrating Growth. It reflects our belief that when we acknowledge the small but meaningful ways our young people contribute to our schools and community, we are helping nurture confidence, character, and future success. This event is especially meaningful because it will be the first youth recognition ceremony held since 2017. When I joined Oak Park Youth Assistance about a year ago and was asked to select a committee to chair, this was the one that stood out to me the most. Not every child will be an honor student or a star athlete, but every child has the capacity to make a positive impact, and those contributions deserve to be seen and celebrated. This year, 27 students have been selected, and we are truly honored to recognize them and the growth that they have shown. Invitations have been emailed to you by our OPYA chair, but I wanted to come personally tonight and formally invite you to attend this special event and to help us celebrate the young people in our community. Because when we take time to recognize the good in our youth today, we help cultivate the leaders of tomorrow. Thank you.
One question, April 29th is the time?
Time is 5:30.
5:30. April 29th, 5:30, Oak Park High School cafeteria. Mark your calendar. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Communication, we have, the city clerk has foreclosure prevention letter from the Oakland County Treasurer, Robert Wittenberg.
Madam Mayor, I'm going to ask, I'm going to read this. This is a letter from Oakland County Treasurer's Office regarding foreclosure prevention. The Oakland County Treasurer's Office is in the final stretch of our foreclosure prevention efforts. The tax foreclosure deadline for the 2023 and/or prior year taxes is on March 31st, 2026. That means if these taxes aren't paid off by March 31st or any interested party hasn't entered into a repayment schedule with the Treasurer's Office by then, the property will be foreclosed. Since December of 2025, the Treasurer's Office has conducted over 1,000 taxpayer assistance meetings to assist taxpayers with keeping their properties by working with them to get on a repayment schedule and/or by identifying resources that may be beneficial to them in their situation. We are here to help and strongly encourage taxpayers to contact us before the tax foreclosure deadline if they have delinquent taxes for 2023 and/or prior tax years. Taxpayers interested in scheduling a taxpayer assistance meeting may call us at 248-858-0611, or they may visit www.oakgov.com /treasurer. Thank you, Robert Wittenberg, Oakland County Treasurer.
Thank you. Item 9, special licenses. Request for special event license submitted by Train Station Sports LLC, 14661 West 11 Mile Road, Suite 700, for the Cub Day Family Social Event to be held on April 11th from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Is there a motion to grant this?
Second.
Thank you. Because it is not a nonprofit, they do pay a fee for this special license. Any discussion or questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Accounting reports. Approval for payment of an invoice submitted by Schiffman Fournier for legal services retainer for April 1st, 2026 to June 30th, in the total amount of $20,000. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
And Councilmember Radner, why?
Well, let's not pay our lawyers and see what happens.
Yeah, okay. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Edgar,
Yes.
Mayor McClellan,
Yes.
Councilmember Radner,
Yes.
Councilmember Whitehead.
Motion carried, thank you. Item 10B, approval for payment of invoices submitted by Garen Lucan Miller, PC, for legal services in the amount of $15,874.76.
So moved.
With enthusiasm, did you see?
Second.
Gotta get
Thank
the
you.
lawyers
Any
paid.
discussion? Roll call, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Edgar,
Yes.
Mayor McClellan,
Yes.
Councilmember Radner,
Yes.
Councilmember Whitehead, Councilmember Crawford.
Yes.
Motion carried, thank you. Item 11, bids. Request to award the bid for the 2026 Water Main Replacement Project, M785, to Eminent Excavating Local LLC of Dearborn, Michigan, for the total amount of $1,876,760. Is there a motion to award the bid?
So moved.
Is there a second? Motion dies for lack of a second. Hello?
Second.
Thank you. Okay. Please.
They're not lawyers, but we should probably still pay them.
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor, council members, city manager. This item before you this evening is a request to award the bid for the 2026 Water Main Replacement Project M785 to Eminent Excavating Local LLC of Dearborn, Michigan, for the total amount of $1,876,760. At the January 20th, 2026 regular meeting of the Oak Park City Council, the request to bid the 2026 Water Main Replacement Project was approved. The project was advertised and 129 contractors viewed the documents. On February 23rd, 2026, 12 bids were received and opened. The low bidder, Eminent Excavating Local LLC of Dearborn, Michigan, submitted the bid of $1,876,760 for the water main project. This project will take place in areas shown on the attached map. We have recently worked with Eminent Excavating and have no issues with their work. And this bid actually came below or came under the engineer's estimate. And with that, it is recommended that City Council award the bid for the 2026 Water Main Replacement Project, M785, to Eminent Excavating Local LLC of Dearborn, Michigan, for the total amount of $1,876,760. Funding is available in the Water and Sewer Fund.
We have a motion and a second. Are there questions? Roll call vote then.
Mayor McClellan.
Yes.
Councilmember Radner.
Yes.
Councilmember Whitehead.
Yes.
Councilmember Crawford.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Edgar.
Yes. Motion carries. Thank you. Item 12, City Attorney.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and members of council. The item before you tonight is the Metro Access Transmission Service Corporation, doing business as Verizon Access Transmission Services, request for Metro Act right-of-way permit extension. On February 9th, 2026, the city received a request from Verizon Transmission Services to extend a permit which currently expires on April 4th, 2026. The requested extension is for a 5-year term, which will end on April 4th, 2031. The permit grants MCI Metro the right to build, operate, and maintain fiber optic cable in public easements within the city of Oak Park. I've undertaken a review of the proposed permit extension, and the city is now in receipt of an updated route map of facilities and an insurance certificate that names the city as an additional insured as required by state law and local ordinance. The Municipal Services Department has also reviewed the permit and has confirmed that there are no technical issues with approving the requested extension. The City Attorney's Office recommends approval of the requested extension through April 4th of 2026, and the information is also contained within your agenda packets.
Okay, is there a motion to that effect?
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Discussion or questions? Roll
Sounds
call,
good.
please.
Councilmember Radner.
Yes.
Councilmember Whitehead.
Yes.
Councilmember Crawford.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Edgar.
Yes.
Mayor McClellan.
Yes. Motion carried. Thank you.
Madam Mayor, item number 12B, also presented by the City Attorney's Office, is an appeal of an excessive fee assessed for processing Freedom of Information record request from Joshua Hunter of Berkeley, Michigan. As set forth in your agenda packets, Mr. Hunter appealed the fee assessed by the Clerk's Office for processing a February 22nd, 2026 Freedom of Information Act for public records, seeking email communications, including attachments that were sent or received since January 22nd between city staff, city officers, or the city's contracted law firm that concern the city attorney's oath of office, the oath requirements under the Michigan Constitution, as well as the city attorney's appointed officer status, and information that Mr. Hunter previously requested in his requests on January 22nd and January 28th. The basis for the appeal is set forth in your agenda packets. A total fee of $29 was assessed by the city clerk's office to search for and identify the requested records. The city did not charge for any redaction or providing any type of additional elimination of documents that were not subject to FOIA. So the appeal is before you tonight to determine if the fee assessed by the city clerk's office is valid, or if you would like to reverse the fee. The copy of the invoice included with the submission to Mr. Hunter by the clerk's office is also included in your agenda packets. The total labor cost to locate the records as detailed in the invoice is $29.50 per hour, and that is the total balance due.
Okay, what is the recommendation of the city attorney's office?
The recommendation is that the fee assessed be maintained because the fees were not assessed in violation of the act, and the city did not charge for items that are not permitted to be charged under the act. And we've detailed all of the basis for the fee appeal in your agenda packets. It's rather lengthy, so I'm not going to read it all into the record tonight.
Right. If we want to deny this, we vote no.
You would vote to uphold the decision of the clerk's office to assess a fee.
I'm going to make a motion. Is there a motion yet?
No.
I'm going to make a motion to uphold the $29.50 charge for these FOIA requests.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you.
So if we vote yes, we're upholding the FOIA charge of $29.50 based on the invoice that's attached.
Okay. Does everyone understand the vote? Yep. Okay, roll call, please.
Councilmember Radner,
Yes.
Councilmember Whitehead,
Yes.
Councilmember Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Edgar,
Yes.
Mayor McClellan.
Yes. Motion carried. Thank you.
Madam Mayor and members of council, item number 12C is before you tonight on an appeal of a public record request determination for Joshua Hunter of Berkeley, Michigan. On Sunday, February 22nd, Mr. Hunter submitted a request under the Freedom of Information Act seeking all existing email communications sent or received since January 22nd between the city staff, city officers, and/or the city's contracted law firm that concern or reference the items mentioned in your agenda packet, including the city attorney's oath of office. The city did not provide a response as detailed in the prior appeal. There was an invoice that was sent advising Mr. Hunter of the cost for the records, and upon payment of that projected cost, the city will be providing the records.
Okay, so we are voting,
I will make the motion to uphold the appeal.
is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion?
Very simply, when you submit a FOIA, you get an invoice, you pay the invoice, you get your records. I do this all the time. You don't pay the invoice, you don't get your records. It's as simple as that, whether they exist or not.
Okay. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Whitehead,
Yes.
Councilmember Crawford,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Edgar,
Yes.
Mayor McClellan,
Yes.
Councilmember Radner.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. City Manager Eric Tungate.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, members of council. For item 13A1, I am going to turn it over to our city attorney. This is regarding a public hearing to consider whether to submit a recommendation to the Michigan Liquor Control Commission for the non-renewal of the Class C liquor license issued to Oak Park Social LLC at 14691 West 11 Mile Road. Madam City Attorney.
Thank you, City Manager. Under Section 6.62 of the Oak Park Code of Ordinances, the city had provided notice to Oak Park Social LLC that it's in violation of the ordinance by failing to timely pay all amounts for personal property taxes, real property taxes, and utilities due to the city of Oak Park. Under Section 6-61 of the Code of Ordinances requires the city to review each liquor license annually to determine compliance with this provision, which it has done in this case. All of the liquor licensees were reviewed, and a public hearing was scheduled for purposes of the recommendation for Oak Park Social not being in compliance with the ordinance. The public hearing is required as a prerequisite to the city issuing a recommendation to the Liquor Control Commission on whether or not to renew the license. The deadline for the city to submit its recommendation to the Liquor Control Commission is March 31st, 2026.
I have a question about, is there a motion? Do we need to make a motion? Is there a
Yes,
public
we need
hearing?
a-
How do we do this?
The mayor needs to open the public hearing for comment by anyone in the audience.
Public hearing is open. Is there anyone here who would like to speak about this issue? There will be a regular time at the end of the meeting to speak about other issues. This is about the liquor
Yeah, no,
license.
no, about
Yes.
this.
Okay,
Hello? So I spoke to Ed earlier regarding this. We want till the end of the month on the 31st to do that.
Madam Mayor, could I?
You gotta identify yourself.
Yeah.
Alex,
Please
Oak
give
Park
your-
Social, in regards to what you guys are discussing right now. So I
Yeah.
spoke to Ed earlier regarding the property tax and all that stuff. And I also suggested that really the ordinance is not business first, it's city first. So, and it's something that you guys chose to add, it's not required on a state level. And the state's license supersedes the local, so you should just get rid of it. And let businesses manage their money the way they want. Absolutely no value. Something to think about. We're going on 2 years dealing with this kind of stuff, especially when we invested in a whole new restaurant for you guys in the city and spent close to $350,000 in your city. So, it's
Okay,
between us and the county for property taxes, not the city.
Before he goes, can I ask a question, please? What is going on here? There's delinquent property tax bills, there's delinquent water bills. He's talking about something completely different, unless I'm missing it.
No, it's the same thing.
So,
Your ordinance requires all property taxes and/or water bills to be paid prior to the renewal of the license for that year.
yeah, so what's wrong with that?
A lot,
Well,
especially when you're investing and you're choosing to delay paying property taxes to manage cash flow.
have you spoken to the city about this?
Many times. Over the last 2 years, I've been discussing this. This is an ordinance you created, and I understand that in the beginning, when you had uncertainty regarding liquor licensing laws, because it was something that was new to you. But now you've seen it, you've been through it. We're going on almost 6 years of liquor licensing in your city with no issues. We've even gotten a letter from the MLCC congratulating us for being so good as operators and managing no underage drinking or anything. We've never had any issues. You can talk to anyone in public service. Those are facts. So just get rid of this ordinance that you decided to add as an additional city layer that's not required on a state level.
Well, that's not helpful right now. Right
It
now, we're
can
try-
work. If you guys were to vote, you could eliminate it.
Okay.
Because it's not business friendly.
I
It's
understand.
city first.
I know.
Please
So either you're city first or you're business first. It's one of the two. You can't be both. It's between us and the taxes, and for the taxes with the county when we choose to pay them. The county then pays you the difference of what goes to your schools and your public safety after that. We also pay interest on delaying paying property taxes. So I don't know if cities benefit from that interest or the county does only. But regardless, it's our choice to manage our cash flow the way we want, which is best for our business.
How much time is left?
These are facts. These are facts. And you know what? Check it out. Here's another reason. The interest, if you divide the interest over 12 months, if I pay an extra $600, $700 on taxes, divide that by 12, that's only $60 a month for me to carry costs for something that costs me thousands of dollars. So to me, I'm allowed to do that, and I'm paying the penalty for it. So it's none of the city's business when I choose to pay my taxes to the county. After 3 years, it probably would go delinquent. Would we ever let that happen? That would be foolish. The answer is no. So this is something to think about. You've been doing this for years, and I understand that you needed this layer in the beginning, but the state's license supersedes the local. So just get rid of it completely and make it more of a business-friendly city. Still charge your $250 fee to renew. And just so you know, across the street on 11 Mile, they don't even have this. Berkeley doesn't even have a liquor license. They go off of the state. The state is the one that does the background check, criminal check, all those things managed. So getting involved on a local level is honestly, you don't have time for that. Focus on other things. Get rid of it. I mentioned it to Eric many times. Eric and Ed and many people have been on the emails before. It has no value. Your hands are busy with other things. Get out of this sector. I want till the end of the month to close them out, even though I don't want to.
Your time is up, thank you.
We're good?
Now, let's see. If there's no one else to speak, we will close the public hearing.
Madam Mayor, may I ask a question?
Council member Sean Whitehead.
Well, I was actually gonna ask, the question, if I don't pay my property taxes, what happens to me? I mean, it's, you have to pay your property taxes, that's what keeps us going. So, I'm not quite sure I understand the argument, maybe you guys understand what I'm saying?
What he's saying is not paying them. If he doesn't pay them, he'll get foreclosed, and that's what would happen to any of us.
Right.
He just wants to manage his cash flow a little bit more, so he pays it when he wants, as long as he still pays it. And if he pays it a few months late, there's gonna be penalties on top of it and interest, just like for us. He made some valid points.
Sean Whitehead.
Maybe a question for city manager, city attorney. Was there utility bills
Mhm.
as well, but not just the taxes?
Yeah, there's $4,606.10 in outstanding delinquent utility bills. Oh, I'm sorry, it's gone up. It's gone up to $4,795.09 outstanding utility bills.
Madam Mayor, can you address that?
I think he took, I don't think he's.
City manager, can you explain why, I'm not sure I understand all of this, so what was his argument?
Well, so, I don't know, to be honest. So our our position, when I say our, the administration's position is to follow the law. So the law is that you cannot be delinquent on any of your outstanding bills to the city, whether it be utility bills, property taxes, whatever. So that, we are following the direction that's laid out in the ordinance allowing for liquor licenses in the city of Oak Park. I think, and I'm only speculating because I don't know, and I believe he's now 2 years in arrears at least on his property taxes, correct? It's not, yeah, so it's not just the 1 year, it's now 2 years. But after 3 years, of course, it could possibly go into the county for foreclosure. But what he's saying, and again, I'm speculating, but I think what he's saying is that other cities who have a longer history of allowing liquor licenses don't have these strict requirements in order for a liquor license to be applied for from the Liquor Control Commission.
Okay, so I have another question. If I hear what you're saying too. I do.
I'm not advocating, I'm just stating what I
get that.
think.
I appreciate that. I frankly wish you were here in case we have more questions. I don't know if that's procedurally appropriate, but my next question is this. He said that he would do it by the end of the month. Obviously, we're not going to have a meeting before the end of the month. What if the motion is... Thank you. What if the motion is that we sign this on April 2nd if he has not come current on these delinquent bills?
So I want to defer a little bit to the city attorney, but I would just say from my perspective, if regardless of whether the letter has gone to the state from us, which, you know, in order to make it by the end of the month, it has to go out pretty soon. And he did send an email right prior to the meeting at 6:55 that he says he'll have them all paid by April 1st.
Right.
So if that's the case, then we would, of course, the letter will have been sent because we want to make sure it arrives on time, but we will contact Liquor Control Commission and let them know he has paid those bills in full. So I don't see any reason why you couldn't do that, in other words. But again, I'll defer to the city attorney.
Under the statute, our recommendation is due to liquor control by March 31st. That is statutory, so we cannot extend that. And as I mentioned, our ordinance requires us to review all licensees every year under the same criteria. And all of our licensees, with the exception of Oak Park Social, have complied with the ordinance. So as the city manager stated, you can submit an updated recommendation to liquor control if the payment is made April 1st, but by April 1st, it would be too late to make a recommendation otherwise. And again, liquor control is the ultimate final decision maker on whether to issue licenses, so the city is only making a recommendation. The Liquor Control Commission does not have to accept it, but it's just a recommendation that we sent in.
So, Madam Mayor, could I, Madam City Attorney, just for clarification, so he would have to have all outstanding bills paid by on March 31st or before. And to me, that's a provision we would extend to any business in the city. It's not a unique provision, right?
I sure hope so.
It would,
I mean, why wouldn't we?
it would be at council's discretion, but again, all of our licensees are held to the same standard as set forth in the ordinance, and all of the licensees are reviewed every year to see if they're in compliance.
I have another question. How do we submit the recommendation? Is it electronic? Is it mail?
Council's resolution is electronically submitted to the Liquor Control Commission.
So if it has to be done by March 31st, it could be done on March 31st, right?
We can't guarantee it would make the deadline if we waited that long, is what I'm saying.
Could we compromise and have him pay by
Maybe March 30th.
March 29th?
29th. That's where I was going with this. Let's see how much, look, I get his point. I also hear what you guys are saying loud and clear. I really do. I'm just trying to come up with something that's fair.
Madam Mayor, could I
If he loses his liquor license,
yeah.
we're all in much
And I
deeper
think, can I just speak to
trouble.
that? So, you know, and again, our job is to enforce the laws that are in front of us. So, just to clarify that, we're not taking a position either way. So, we don't want to take anyone's license away.
No, I don't think you
we're
are. You're
absolutely
answering our questions.
pro-business. I mean, we're the ones that authorize liquor licenses. So, of course, we want as many restaurants in our city as possible. So, we're not about any of that. I don't know why it would be an issue, though, if everything was paid by the 31st, for us to make a phone call to liquor control to have this removed.
I'm trying to, I don't
mean,
know,
why-
I don't know how it's viewed once that happens. I'm trying to figure out a way for us to not have this on his record, whatever that
Well,
means.
can I, so, Mr. City Clerk, is it an issue, because your office administrates this, but is it an issue for us to communicate with liquor control if and when that happens in a timely basis? So let's say it's on the 31st.
That doesn't seem to be a problem as far as
Okay.
what we can get done.
But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying put it there and then take it away. I'm saying, it's kind of like, I have clients that sometimes have a conviction and then they get it expunged. It's better not to have the conviction. So this, to me, if I were a licensee, I would not want this letter to exist. I'm trying to figure out a way for it to not exist. If we give them until March 29th, and we say, if you don't pay by March 29th, we're gonna submit this to liquor control March 30th. Wouldn't that work? That way, everybody gets what they want. If it wouldn't work, tell me why it wouldn't work. I'm
gonna defer.
okay.
Liquor control has to have our recommendation by March 31st. So it has to be in hand by the close of business on March 31st. So
Right.
however
No,
council decides to move forward, once we don't have any ability to extend that deadline. That's statutory.
Right, that's what I'm asking is, if right now, let's say I make the motion I'm not making it yet, so don't start writing stuff down. If, let's say the motion is, we're gonna give him until March 29th, and if he does not come current by March 29th, then on March 30th, we sign this letter and submit it to liquor control. And that way they get it by the 31st. He gets almost all the way till the end of the month, and we're still within the statutory requirement of March 31st. I mean, that would work, wouldn't it?
It's within your discretion as council to handle it in that way if you choose to do so.
Okay, all right, I'd get ready to write, because I'm gonna make a motion.
And it would be a resolution, not a letter. So the resolution that's in your agenda packets would need to be submitted to liquor control in order to make the recommendation.
Right, okay, so I'm ready to make the motion, and this is what it's gonna be, and I don't know, I haven't polled the audience yet, so I don't know if we even have the votes for this. My motion is to give Oak Park Social until March 29th to come current on these delinquent bills. If at that point in time he has not come current by close of business March 29, then on March 30, we sign this resolution and submit it to liquor control. If he comes current after that, then obviously we can reach out and withdraw it, or however it is that we fix it. But I'm saying he has until March 29th to pay, close the business. If he doesn't, then on March 30th, we sign this resolution and submit it to liquor control, and that's my motion.
Question.
Is there a second to the motion first?
I had a question, but
Do we have a second to the motion?
I'll second.
Okay. Question, Councilmember Crawford.
so 2 questions. The business owner asked for the 31st to make payment, correct? And this motion will be giving him till the 29th, which will be raising it?
Right.
Okay, I just wanted clarity.
What was the question?
He said that he
Yeah.
would bring all utilities and taxes current by the 31st. But with the motion that you just put in,
Right.
we're requesting them to become current by the 29th.
Because I'm also trying to be cognizant of the city administration's needs to be able to sign the resolution and get it into liquor control by the 31st, which is the statutory date it has to be in by. So we can't give them all the way until the 31st. We could do until the 30th, but then our city only has 1 day to get it done. This way, it gives them 2.
And if we vote no on this,
Then it
because
does.
I don't think he's going to let his business.
He's not. No, there's no way he will.
So if we vote no on this, how long additional, is that additional year?
It gets
or is
signed.
just-
It gets signed right now. The resolution gets signed and submitted.
We would have to approve the resolution.
Right, if somebody makes the motion and
Yeah.
it passes, right.
Madam Mayor, may I ask a question?
Please.
When he indicated he was gonna make payment, does he mean on the water bill, the stormwater bill, the utility bills too, not just the taxes? Or is that up to interpretation? How did he say he was gonna, what did he say he was gonna pay?
I thought he said everything, but
The
my motion is he has to
communication
pay
that I
everything.
received at 6:55 said all bills,
Yeah.
is the way he referenced it.
So almost like a little over 10 grand.
Ish, yeah. 4,
Not that
53,
much.
17. Yeah, it's a little
11
over
or
10 grand.
12.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, no, actually, it's more than 10 grand.
yeah,
A little bit over 10 grand, actually.
4,600.
But he didn't pay his property taxes last year.
Correct.
So that's why this $5,000 number is higher, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Any further questions? Are we ready to vote on Councilman?
One further question, Madam Mayor.
Sorry?
One further question.
Yes.
actually. Did he indicate last year to us that he was gonna pay?
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say this. This has been an ongoing battle, I'll call it. Yeah. Every year we go through this. There's 2 properties in question, one in front of you tonight, but there's another property too where we have the same battle every year.
I'm seeking to give the guy 2 weeks to pay. That's it. I think it's a fair splitting the baby. That's what I do. I'm Solomon. I split the baby.
Further comments, questions?
I'd like to comment, Mayor.
Mayor Pro Tem Julie Edgar.
I have patronized Oak Park Social and have been looking forward to the Mexican restaurant next door to open. I don't like the idea of taking away a license because I think that would spell the end of his businesses. I'm not sure what else he would do. At the same time, as the city attorney pointed out, we renew these licenses every year and businesses pay the fee. They pay what they're supposed to pay. We as residents, we also pay our property taxes, our personal property taxes, and our utility bills. So, while I feel for him and I don't want to see Oak Park Social or Salud die, I also feel that, you know, we had a problem with him last year, he didn't pay, and I sort of feel like, should we really be doing this? Should we give him a pass when we don't do it for anybody else? So that's my concern.
Any responses or?
It's a reasonable concern.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every point that's been made, I think, has been valid. My approach is give him till the 29th to pay. If not, turn it into liquor control. That's it.
Councilmember Crawford, did you have a comment?
I'm just on the fence with this because as he stated, if he does not pay, he's gonna be responsible for the penalties and fees. He's not gonna let his business go into default. He may need additional time to manage his cash flow. And and once again, he has, like he said, if you check with our public service, he's never had any issues, any problems, underage. So I'm kind of really on the fence about sending this recommendation for non-renewal. I think he made valid points about managing his cash flow, even though I know that we do have this ordinance in place. I just know that if something happened by the 31st and he's unable to pay that, he could possibly lose this business. So I think it just needs to be considered.
Madam Mayor, one more question.
Councilmember Sean Whitehead.
So we got his stormwater, water and sewer bill at $4,606.10. When's the last time he's paid a water bill? Does anybody know?
I believe it was last April.
So around this time when he came in last time. He paid it off.
was it paid to zero at that time?
Yes? We ready to vote?
Madam Mayor, I'm not so sure that I got a second for.
There was.
There was? Okay, thank
Mayor
you.
Pro Tem.
Okay, this is the vote to extend the deadline for him till March 29th?
It wouldn't be an extension.
Yeah,
That's not an
it's not really,
extension.
it's, we're giving him till the 29th to pay all these bills. If he doesn't pay by the 29th, then on the 30th, by the 30th, we, sign this resolution and submit it to liquor control.
Yeah, are we ready? Yes, he's such an asshole.
And we start with Councilmember Crawford.
No.
Mayor Pro Tem Edgar.
No.
Mayor McClellan.
No.
Councilmember Radner.
Does it matter if I vote yes?
Yes, sure.
And Councilmember Whitehead.
No.
Okay. Now we need a recommendation to send the recommendation to the Michigan Liquor Control Commission for the non-renewal of the Class C liquor license issued to Oak Park Social. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second. We've had discussion. Roll call, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Edgar.
Yes.
Mayor McClellan.
Yes.
Councilmember Radner.
Nope.
Councilmember Whitehead.
No.
Councilmember Crawford.
No.
No. How can we not pass either one of them, folks?
What do you want to do?
Well, democracy at work. He gets till as long as he wants.
Well, next year we're gonna have a remedy through the county, right?
Say it again?
Next year we would have a remedy through the county, right?
What would be the remedy next year,
And this is for 3 years, right?
right?
Madam Mayor, if I
Yes.
could. Yes, so if non-payment of property taxes, they would roll to they would go into foreclosure after the miss of 3 years of payment, so that's what you're referring to. Okay. Council members, 13B1 is a resolution authorizing the city assessor to prepare special assessment rolls, assessing unpaid charges together with a 10% penalty on private property for delinquent utilities in the amount of $495,494.65, false alarms for $550, miscellaneous concrete replacement for $2,932.93, and property blight for $24,334.17.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Questions? Do we need a roll call? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carried.
Okay, and then 13B2 is a resolution receiving special assessment rolls and establishing April 8th, 2026 as the date for public hearing on the rolls for unpaid charges for city expenses incurred on private premises for delinquent utilities, number 731, false alarms, number 732, miscellaneous concrete replacement, number 733, and property blight, number 734.
So moved.
Oh, the date's April 6th. Council members, correction there. It's actually April 6th
Instead of April 8th?
because the meeting changed.
Oh, God, right.
Mhm.
All right, so moved.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Elevate Oak Park. Finally, some good news.
Yes. Okay, so 13C1, council members, is our regular monthly Elevate Oak Park update. Tonight, I would like to bring your attention to the screen And I'm going to turn it over to our esteemed colleague, Mr. David DeCoster, to go through an update about the Oak Park Event Hub and Band Shell project, which I'm very excited to see is coming along nicely.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, City Manager Tungate. Like the City Manager said, we've been making tremendous progress. We've hit some of our milestones. You can see from the outside of the building how much progress has been made. For the most part, at this point, the crews are inside the building. So you can see in the picture here, some of the windows on the outside, the very top translucent panels are installed. You can't see it from this picture, but the garage doors have been installed. We still have some plastic on the outside, so you can't quite see it. But the overhead door motors, chains, and safety assemblies are all installed. The linear metal ceiling, as you can see here by the steel framing, is currently being installed. Interior painting, epoxy floors, ceilings are all being installed, and electrical is finishing up. So we've been making a lot of good progress. We're really waiting for the weather to break at this point. We've scheduled crews to finish the underground, finish the grass, finish the painting, all the work that happens on the outside. We're really just waiting for the weather to break. So as you know, we have some events scheduled late this fiscal year, and we are doing our best to make sure we meet those dates. So happy to answer any questions you may have.
Dave, I want to take this opportunity just to announce, and we're going to have much more information coming on this, but on June 30th, we are going to have our State of the City address along with our ribbon cutting for the Event Hub, and we're hoping to have all of this in place at that time. And we're currently, council members, working on some of the audiovisual elements, which are much more expensive than I wanted them to be. But we'll be back to talk to you about that on April 6th.
Thank you for the good news. Coming soon.
Yeah, there's another, I wanted to point out, there's another rendering of the garage doors from the inside looking out there.
Oh.
And then Dave, that ceiling will have, the ceiling right there will have a wood veneer attached to it, correct?
So they're currently working on the band shell right now with, similar, it's very close to the metal ceiling inside. A little bit different because it's more for acoustics, but the outside right now, you'll see where that plywood is. It's starting to be wrapped in the, I think it's an oak wood finish on the outside of the band shell. So you can see that tomorrow if you look out there.
Okay, and then Dave, if you could, so a lot of progress has been made, council members, for those of you who were able to attend the tours last week out in, we visited a couple of community centers out in the metro area, one in the city of Troy and then the other in Macomb Township. I thought those were very helpful in terms of giving us ideas for our community center. But Dave, could you give us an update where we're at in the construction progress?
Sure.
And everything else going into that?
Sure.
And,
So
and
we are-
demolition too.
Yep. So we are currently meeting weekly with our design team to work on what we call schematic design. To the city manager's point, we did meet and tour two much larger facilities last week. However, we knew that going in. We were really looking at some of the amenities that they provide to their residents, and really the size of their pool facility and the size of the gymnasiums closely mimic what we're looking for our community center. So we're actively in the design phase. We are looking to schedule a public engagement session with our residents to update them on the progress, and we'll be making a presentation to City Council as well in the next, I'd say 4 to 6 weeks. So that is moving along very quick and staying on schedule with that. The demolition, last meeting we did award the demolition to a contractor. Currently, we're just waiting on some frost laws and things and the weather to change. Dan Fairless is working with them on getting sewer caps taken care of, getting electrical services decommissioned, gas services retired and things. So I would say early April, we're thinking that we should start seeing some progress on the demolitions on this site.
Fantastic. Council members, are there any questions?
We're amazed.
Yeah, a
We're
lot going on.
amazed.
A lot going on.
All of this wonderful new stuff is coming to Oak Park.
Dave, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Before I turn it back over, council members, I do want to just extend deep gratitude for our public safety department who assisted in the West Bloomfield terror attack. Director Cooper and your team really were on site doing a phenomenal job as always. Not easy circumstances, and you guys, as always, handled it with grace, and I very much appreciate it. With that finishes the city manager report, council members.
Thank you. Next, we have call to the audience.
Okay, for call to the audience, each speaker's remarks are a matter of public record. The speaker is responsible for his or her comments, and the City of Oak Park does not support, endorse, or accept the content as being true or accurate. Any person while being heard at a city council meeting may be called to order by the chair or any council member for failure to be germane to the business of the city, vulgarity or personal attacks on persons or institutions. And there's a 3-minute time limit per speaker.
March 13th. Thank you.
None of you want to speak?
Mayor?
Okay.
No talk. Gregory Gunn, please come up. He is our city historian. You have a few words for us?
Good evening, everyone.
Oh, if you come to, so the people at home can hear you too.
Sometimes I feel like I don't need a microphone. Like to say good evening to everyone that's here. I'd like to acknowledge the mayor pro tem, the city clerk, and the city manager, the city council as a whole. It's wonderful to be here tonight, and I appreciate the mayor for calling me. I was at an outing out in Clinton Township and looked at my phone, and there was the mayor's name. So she invited me to be here tonight, and I found out from talking to her on the telephone that she said, well, are you willing to accept a second term as being a historian? And I was so amazed, and I said yes. So I appreciate her giving me the opportunity of serving another 2-year term as the historian of the city of Oak Park. I'm very proud, and the office has really been a joy to me. A lot of research has been going on. The library has been so kind to let me use a lot of the historical events that have taken place in Oak Park. I think I went back as far as maybe the late 1950s, you know, just looking through things. And it's amazing that sometimes I reminisce, you know, because I found out history is not history only of the past, but it's also the present and the future. And especially when I was looking through a lot of the artifacts, for some reason or other, I was just like sitting there and I was just looking through all this, and for some reason or other, I felt like I was going back in time, because I know as a youth, I remember some of those times, you know, but it was just, it's like I put myself in that time, and I do that sometimes. I even tell some of my friends, I said, I remember watching, what was that TV show with Steve Urkel? He had a pressure chamber.
Family Matters.
There you go, right. And he once he went inside the chamber, he'd come out as somebody else, you know. Stefan Urkel, right. But I said to myself, I said, if I had the opportunity, if I could, I wish that I had a time machine. And I would love to go in that time machine and go back to a certain time and see how things were, whether it was in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, what have you. And also, it was just a joy that Oak Park celebrated its 80th anniversary as a city, 1945, last year, and it was a joy. And I think, I don't know if Bernie's here or not, but he said, are you going to do the presidents again? And I think one of the city council people asked me would I do the all the presidents in order again. And I said, well, they probably heard me do that already, you know. So I just said, maybe I'll just do I can do the governors from you know, since it's been 80 years, I can go back 80 years and do the governors. So I can just start off with Murray Van Wagoner, that was 1941 to 1943. Then you had Harry F. Kelly, who was 1943 to 1947. Then you had Kim Sigler. He was 1947 to 1949. And at this time, the governors only served a 2-year term. That changed down the line. And then you had the gentleman that they used to call Soapy Williams, G. Minnie Williams. He was governor from 1949 to 1961. Then you had the only lieutenant governor that we've ever had that I know of in modern times that actually made it to the governorship, and that was John Swainson. And he served from 1961 to 1963. Then we had that automobile executive, George Romney, 1963 to 1969. And we had, I think he was the first governor that I finally met, and I thought he was a splendid governor, William Milliken. And he served from 1969 to 1983. Then we had Jim Blanchard from 1983 to 1991. Then we had John Engler, 1991 to 2003. That was a long time. And then we had our first female governor. That was Jennifer Granholm, and she served from 2003 to 2011. Then we had Rick Snyder, 2011 to 2019. And then who do we have right now that's getting ready to leave? That's right, let's say it. Gresham Whitmer. So those are the governors over the past 80 years, and I thank you for this time, and I look forward to being with you all again and doing whatever I can, doing research, hanging around the neighborhood, talking to seniors, talking to young people, and it's just been a blessing. So again, thank you.
Are we doing pictures? Yes.
home tonight? I could use a drink. Go get myself a mocktail.
Madam,
Did you just say martini?
Mocktail. There was somebody who came up here once and was offering to sell mocktails.
There are, City Clerk Norris, would you call?
we have some more speakers. Michael Diskin.
Who's gonna follow that?
Oh,
This guy used to be my neighbor.
I just want to say, after my time, I am also available for any photo ops that anybody would like.
He's also a rapper.
Yes, Jupac, Jupac for the record. I just like that on the record. Honorable members, I would love to mention everybody in particular, but respect and honor to all up there. Thank you very much for all you do for our city. I actually kind of wanted to, before I get to my list, I didn't fully follow exactly what the situation with Oak Park Social was. I trust you guys to do what's right for us. I would like to point out, I think this is a teachable moment. I see these wonderful young ladies here. I don't want to disparage anybody, but I think there's a way to act and to present ourselves. And I don't believe that the gentleman from Oak Park Social did a good job of setting a good example of that. I know he's worried about his business, and I can respect that. But again, there's a way to carry yourself, especially if you are asking something of someone. It's generally not a good idea to be aggressive with them and confrontational with them. So you might not all be fully understanding what we're talking about at the moment, but it'll sink in at some point. So just please pay attention to everybody here and how everybody acted. Again, my name is Michael Diskin, 15075 Lincoln Street, apartment 406, Oak Park, Michigan, 48237. So unfortunately, I'm well familiar with Oak Park Public Safety, as we see them all the time at the towers. And thank you for what you guys did and your part in helping with Temple Israel. I actually do teach at Temple Israel. I was not there, thank God, on that day. I teach on, excuse me. I do teach on Sundays. Sorry, let me just collect myself for a second. Just one more thing, sorry, about the behavior. Yesterday, I believe, was the birthday of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who is no longer with us. I don't know if young ladies know who Ruth Bader Ginsburg is, but at some point, I would really recommend finding out who she was. She was, I can't even explain her greatness. She was the second female Supreme Court Justice ever. And she not only was wise, but she carried herself with such grace. And I've never heard one single person ever say anything bad about her. When someone asked her a question, even though 99% of the time she was smarter than anybody she was talking to. Oh, shoot. Three. It's okay?
Finish your sentence.
Okay. She took a moment to compose herself, to think about what she was going to say, and then, she proceeded. So thank you to the council for those watching. City Council listens. I contacted most of the members up here about my feelings on the car wash. Some responded. I felt validated and listened to. Thank you for that. I just want to talk quickly about community, right? Oak Park is the family city. I'll be 52 years old, God willing, in August. Outside from some time at Michigan State and a few other cities, I was born in, well, technically Royal Oak, but I'm born and raised in Oak Park. And this is such a wonderful city. And what happened at Temple Israel on Thursday was obviously evil, but immediately with all of the first responders and everybody who came to help, the Chaldean American community who literally opened up their doors, and all the neighbors who opened up their doors, we really are in this thing together on a city level, on a state level. So yeah, there's that. And then one more thing, because I know I'm already over time. I know I contacted you guys about the safety issue and about presenting certain things to El Car Wash, but on this past Sabbath, I was crossing Greenfield in the crosswalk, in the light, and there was a car that was literally blocking the crosswalk. They'd pulled up so much that they were literally blocking the crosswalk. And when we went by, the person rolled down their window and they were on their phone, which, ladies, it's illegal to be using your phone in your hand. But they just weren't paying attention. So I just wanted to make a public plea, and this is it, I promise, to public safety and our council, whatever way we can. It is tough to be a pedestrian on the stretch specifically of Greenfield or along 10 Mile. If there's something we can do, a public awareness campaign or something, it's really a problem. I know 2 people who have been hit trying to cross that street. As someone who walks it, I'm scared, to do that. So if there's something that we can do, I would appreciate it if we could do that. Thank you.
Thank you for your kind words and suggestions.
Crystal Bailey?
Good evening. Thank you. Welcome. Good evening. I'm Crystal Bailey. Good evening, audience. And you Girl Scouts look amazing. You all look great. You're welcome. You're welcome. I just want to say our taxes are too high. Our taxes are too high. As a business owner and a homeowner, I understand what this business owner was talking about. The stormwater runoff is more than our usage when we're talking about our water bills. We are driving people out of our community because of our taxes. My taxes has increased nearly $400. I have an escrow shortage of nearly $4,000. My mortgage next month is increasing. April 1, I'm going to have a new mortgage amount to pay. I've been here since 1998. I graduated from Oak Park High School. I don't want to leave my community, but it's getting harder and harder to afford to live here. Last time I was at a city council meeting, I asked you all, if we can't get this money to finish this project, where is it going to come from? Are you coming after the community members, the taxpayers, again, to cover this cost? City manager said that, well, we may have to have a lawsuit to go after this money. But in the meantime of a lawsuit to get this money, who pockets are it going to come out of? We can't continue to drive our people, our constituents, our community members out of our community because of property taxes. I'm Crystal Bailey, and I'm here as an advocate for all the constituents in Oak Park on our property taxes. Something has to happen. Thank you.
Ken Sherman?
Good evening, Ken Sherman, 23840 Jerome in Oak Park. After listening to the owner of Oak Park Social and the back and forth with City Council, I just wanted to give my 2 cents as a resident. As was mentioned, this business has had an ongoing issue with paying their bills or whatever. I remember when he came before the City Council a couple years back, and he was having issues with refrigeration, needing new coolers and whatnot. And as was mentioned, if I, as a private citizen, cannot pay my water bills and other bills, my water gets turned off. I don't get the luxury of having a ride for a year or whatever without paying my utilities, plus whatever other bills this gentleman has incurred. And 2 weeks before he's up to pay, he's here pleading his case. I don't know if it's a lack of financial mismanagement and he has a second business in the 11-mile social district, I don't understand. But for him to come before you and plead hardship and make you the hard guys, and it's your responsibility to bail him out, I just don't understand. I think he needs to get a CPA or somebody that can help him manage his budget in order to meet his business needs instead of crying on the shoulders of city council. I just don't understand where he's coming from. Thank you.
That's it. Thank you. That's the end of the call to the audience. Now we are on call to the council. First, I'm thrilled that our Public Safety Department was able to come to the aid of West Bloomfield Township when they had that horrible event happen, that we all pulled together, and that was heartwarming. Another sad thing, today we mourn together with Huntington Woods, our sister city, with whom we share professional, personal, and geographic ties. We extend condolences to the beautiful family of Doug Jamel, to his friends, his co-workers, and to all the residents who came to know him. For those who haven't heard, Doug was out during the high winds. He worked for DPW, Department of Public Works in Huntington Woods, and he was doing his job clearing out a tree that had fallen across the street. When the wind came along and blew another branch down that killed him while he was working. All of our outside personnel, our public safety officers, our DPW officers, are involved in risky jobs. Police and fire get publicity, but our non-uniformed employees cheerfully provide services that keep our city safe. We appreciate you all and pray that you stay safe. Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Julie Edgar.
Thank you, Mayor. I also want to echo the mayor's sentiments and thank our Public Safety Department, Director Cooper, for coming to the aid of the other officers who were at the scene at Temple Israel. I hope that they do the same for us. Should anything terrible like that happen, let's hope it does not. So thank you. Also, I wanted to let these Girl Scouts know that I did buy cookies from you and I put on about 10 pounds. I'm not happy. Okay, I'm not happy, but they were delicious, and so thank you. And thank you all for coming. Good night.
That's cute. Councilmember Radner.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you for your interest in the process. And young ladies, I do have a very important question for you that I really wish one of you would have addressed during call to audience. It's a question that I have. I think this is a question a lot of us have. And frankly, it's a question that we deserve the answer to. Why are some of you wearing green vests and some of you are wearing other color vests? I'm really curious about that. I don't know if we're allowed to let them answer, but I'm really curious.
We will.
Very cool. Thank you for the explanation.
And thank you for the courage to speak out.
And just one last thing that I want to say is last night I got a very special gift from a very special person, and I want to acknowledge and recognize her, and that's my little daughter Adina made me this little bracelet here. And I am very proud of it.
Lovely. Councilmember Whitehead.
Something said at this meeting that was like, we can either be a business city or a people city. I don't agree with that. I think we could be both. I think that that's what a community is. You got to have businesses to have a community. You got to have people that want to go into those businesses. And so what we try to do here is just weigh all the balances. I didn't like the call we made tonight. I'm gonna be honest. It's one that I just didn't like because everybody's right. You should pay your bills and you should pay them on time. But what are we gonna do if his business flops over 10 grand? I mean, so we just make the best decision we can up here, but we are doing this for the community. We are doing this for the people. And you got to have businesses because there's places that you want to go out to eat. There's places that you want to get your car washed at, or maybe too early for that one for after the last couple of weeks.
That's way too early.
Have a good night, everybody.
Got the laugh of the evening. Councilmember Crawford.
I just want to say that our hearts and prayers, I know I can speak for all of my colleagues up here, and they're just with the congregation of Temple Israel because they're healing right now. I just feel, as we all, that no one should have fear while they're attending school or worship. They should not have to fear that. So I just wanted to say I know that I stand with our Jewish community, condemn all acts of violence, and my prayers are out for the congregation who is healing at this time. I want to thank the Girl Scouts for coming. I was a Girl Scout, and I loved being a Girl Scout. So thank you for coming. You ladies are beautiful. I also wanted to acknowledge, once again, our elected official, Don Copran. Is it Copran or Copran? Corcoran. That's a hard job, and especially right now. So thank you for all you do. And finally, reminding everyone this Friday, Oak Park, they have a charity bet. Anyone up here on that team? Oh, don't embarrass us, city manager. Don't embarrass us. So they're having a charity basketball game at the high school. Is it Friday night? What time is that?
6 o'clock, I think.
6 o'clock. So come on out, support, and thank everyone for coming. And once again, as I always like to leave you with, be kind to one another. Good night.
Thank you. And basketball Friday, 6 o'clock, where? Oak Park High School. And before we close, I would like to invite the Girl Scouts back up here to adjourn the meeting.
This is the best part. Everybody's favorite part.
Are you going to do it? Okay.
You got to think it a little harder this time.
So there is no further business to come before this council.
This meeting is adjourned.
And then hit this. I was a Girl Scout too, and I loved it. And you guys have the best leaders anywhere.